Well, great evening, everyone. Oh, it's looking dark out there at the moment. So, we're on the road again, and at the moment I'm in Oregon. I went through the redwoods, really enjoyed that today, and I am in an Oregon park this evening, believe it or not. Now, usually I don't go to the parks. I usually, find a place and park. I was just in LA and would be able to find places to park in the evenings. I would pick a neighborhood and, only one night in each neighborhood. I didn't spend it, long time. I'd go in the evening and get up in the morning and move early. So I had no problem with that. So, yeah, I did spend a couple of days in LA and then hit the road. Now, I've just been recently gifted a Starlink system, which I'm using right now. And even in this Oregon park with all these trees and stuff, I'm still getting enough of a connection that I'm able to use it. So, very surprised about that. But yeah, we're enjoying our time on the road. Now, I just put something in the post area that is about they're stopping vans. And really, you're needing a lot more documentation for van builds, especially in some like California and some other states. I guess Texas is another one. So if you have a van or you're considering a van build, you might want to watch that because it's really interesting. They're asking about gray water certification and other things, with builds, lithium battery problems, etc., etc. So there are quite a few things they may be cracking down on that you should be aware of if you are doing van life. Now, I don't have any of those problems being in the Prius here. Okay. We're good. We're golden. And like I said, I used to have a road track. And, with one of those types of builds, you should be fine. But I'm talking about if you have a custom build done. They are, starting to stop vans and citing them for all sorts of things. So, again, you may want to watch that video and just to be aware of what's going on with that. But, the other thing I was going to say, I have a America the Beautiful pass. And if you have that pass, if you're either older, you've got it for disability, whatever, you can use that pass when you come to these parks like the one in Oregon, and you can get half price off. So to be here this evening, it cost me $20. So that's not bad. But like I said, usually I don't stay in the parks. I'm not a park person. Okay. Now, I just went through, where was it? I was going through one of the parks. Lawson Volcanic. The Lawson Volcanic Park. And I went through their area for campground. People one on top of another there, and I can't deal with it. So I went to one of the trailheads and spent the night there. Okay, I didn't have to pay. There were 2 other cars there, but they were out walking the trail somewhere overnight. They were out there. And so, that works for me because I'm all self-contained. I don't need to plug in. I'm not going to be doing an external fire. And I prefer more solitude. Now, that being said, there are people across the way, but there's like kind of these other bushes and stuff, so you're not seeing the people right next to you. So that's okay here. It's, it's more private, and that's what I prefer. I don't want to be in a campground with a ton of people right next to you, and, it's definitely not my thing. Now, I had to laugh today because I was watching some video why so many quit van life, and one of the reasons is loneliness. Well, that's not my thing. I do not have a circle of friends that I have to be around and all of that. I'm very much a loner and more of a hermit, so I don't get lonely. Whether I'm at home, I'm not interacting with people, or I'm here. It's the same thing. So I don't get lonely. But if you're somebody that's used to having, people around you, and you have your church group, or you have whatever it is, a community of people that you've hung out with, you might have difficulty being on the road. If you're somebody that's very social and wants to have a social network, you don't have that if you're being on the road, So like I said, for myself, I am not a person that wants to be out, a gadfly out there, talking with everybody and things. Yeah, no. It's just not my thing. So I'm quite happy, if you are your own best friend, then you're fine. But if you need to have other people around you, to validate you, etc., then you may have a difficult time being a nomad. Okay, so I'll just put that out. Or if you're somebody that wants the dating life, this is not the life for you. Okay. Oh, Lord. Anyway, on that note, I'll leave that here, and we're going to enjoy the evening. I am using the Starlink here. And as long as you've got trees and I can find I can aim it kind of between the trees, then your signal, it kind of goes in and out and goes in and out. But that's okay. I can see when it's on, when it's hooked up, I go ahead and send it, and it's all good. So right now it's online, and it may go offline in a few minutes, but it comes back online pretty quick. So that's it. But this was a great gift. Somebody gifted this to me, and that, this is a great gift to have, because otherwise, the last few days, places I've been, there is no signal, no phone signal, no signal for Wi-Fi or anything. So that's made it difficult for traveling, because I have the YouTube channels, and I have people that want to know, where are you? I have another YouTube channel besides this. This one I don't get on very often, but I do have a busy YouTube channel, and they, if I'm not on that evening, then they freak out, and are you okay? And oh my God. And when you're traveling and you've got no signal, it makes it difficult. But with the Starlink now, I'm good. I'm golden. So anyway, on that note, I'll leave that here. Be safe out there, people, and we'll see you online.